Hello, Niko2064 here, back with another video, and today I'm going to review LEGO Disney Frozen 2 Enchanted Treehouse. This is set 41164 and retails for 50 bucks, but I got it at Walmart for 40, so let's get into this. So here's Anna, and this is her Frozen 2 look. I don't have one to compare, because I didn't get any of the original Frozen sets, except for one. But I do like this mini doll, and I don't really get too many mini dolls, but this is really cool. I like the bronze detail. You guys might not know, but bronze is actually one of my favorite colors, so I really like that. And you can see the cape is actually like dual colored. You know, the back is purple, and inside is this like Mysterio color. And of course her new hairpiece, which is probably like the best part. See is very detailed, of course rubber, but still you can see all those curls and stuff. It's very detailed. I believe her face is probably new. I don't know, it seems like the same, but yeah, she doesn't have an accessory or anything, but still, awesome minifigure, mini doll. And in case you didn't know, the mini doll hair also works on minifigures. Here's Dennis Matthias. Yeah, it's kinda, I can't read the name properly, but yeah, kind of spoilers maybe. I think this is probably going to be the villain. If you just look at the trailer, I'm pretty sure he's probably just going to like attack Elsa or something for the reason that the forest got all clouded or whatever. But yeah, that's besides the point. This is an awesome figure. Of course, he's exclusive. I forgot to mention, but Anna also comes in the smallest set. But he actually uses this like skirt piece, which actually works pretty well. Like, you didn't expect it, but it works really well with the kind of jacket. And the leg boots are actually printed. I'm not used to seeing mini dolls like this, so yeah, you gotta work with me. But yeah, you know, he's got a sword here, just a generic sword. The head is cool. It's got some nice printing. Looks like an older person. And he uses the fin hair. Of course, no back face, but you can see the back printing. And yeah, it's very cool. And yeah, he's one of the highlights of the set. Sorry for that, my camera kind of cut out. But yeah, here's Olaf. He actually has a new body piece, which is very unusual looking. But it actually works pretty well with the mini doll arms. For his twigs. And you might not know this, because a lot of people don't know, he actually has a new head. This one has more deep hole in his head. Before, it could only go to like that part, but this can actually fit on a minifigure, which is very cool. I always wanted to stick this on minifigures, but now they finally edited it. And you can see his nose, which comes out, but pretty much, you really don't want to see that. That's kind of creepy. It actually kind of looks like a a little face. If you look just... oh no, that's creepy. And yeah, his button here actually has a hole in it, so you could just stick some kind of flower, or in most cases you want to put in a bow tie, because that's what they include in the sets, but yeah, I'm probably not going to get that set, but yeah, that is Olaf, and now let's move on to the build. I actually want to start off with these runes, which are pretty important to the movie, it looks like. And they're all stickered, but you can see all those. They work pretty well. And there's this branch, which is probably my favorite piece in the set. You get two of them. One is on the bigger build, but it's kind of a birch tree printing, and I love it so much. That's just so usable. I'm probably going to order some of those someday if I ever want to build like a forest, but I also like getting these like fall leaves. It's very cool. And there is like a little crystal here. I don't know if that will play into the movie, but maybe, you never know. Here's the entire build. I actually want to start off over here though, because this is kind of like a little bunny burrow. There's like a little tree, and you can see two bunnies. And those are identical, of course. But then there's this little string, which is actually a zip line. And you can take this little hook that you have up here, and if you align it just right, it actually works. But you usually have a rough landing, and, you know, it slides, but you might want to just do it imaginary, slide down, because otherwise it'll just fall on the floor. But yeah, and then over here, there's, like, the base, and here's this little, bed, which you can take off, if you want to just have it anywhere. You can put it in the house, or the treehouse. And then there's this little fish being smoked, on the fire. That's a candle piece, the fire. And down here, there's, like, some fall leaves, which is actually, from the Lego Movie 2, but it's a very, good reuse here. Over here, I actually like how they have some, trees, or some roots, sorry, being all tangled up, because that's very realistic. Over here, there are some stickers on the tree back there, and a little, ladder, and an apple in this barrel. It's a green apple, sorry, it's kind of wedged in there. Stuck in the barrel. But yeah, you could put that over here and have your breakfast or whatever. And then down here, there's like a pail of water. Some more magenta leaves, which I don't know if that's new, but it looks new to me. And here's a fishing rod, which is not too common. And then here's another fish, and a sticker, for the water. And I think you could even hide behind the waterfall if you like. Stick someone back here. You can just kind of be in the waterfall. And then here's that other tree, branch, which, you know, I love it. It's very usable. Up here, there are a lot of leaves, and in each, pair of leaves, or bunch of leaves, there are, like, some jewels, which is pretty cool. There's a shield piece up here, which actually might be a shield, you never know. And then there's this, like, Arendelle, banner. And then all these railing pieces in the magenta color. I don't know if that's new, but it looks new to me. And then there's this big, canopy, which I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't get too many mini doll sets, but this material is pretty, different. And you got the Arendelle symbol. I hope that's correct. I hope it's not the Northuldra or whatever. Down here, there's another bed, probably for, Matthias or whatever, that has, like, a different pattern, and if you can see in there, it's pretty dark, but there's, like, a lantern piece, that's actually in black. Up here, there's a chest, which you actually have to unlock, to get it out. It just has some scissors, which is a little odd. Sorry, it's got stuck in there. But it has some scissors in there, and a couple jewels. You get 2 pairs of scissors, which is nice, for, like, you know, having scissors, because it's not too common. There is another ladder if you want to have your figures climb up. And over here, there's a chair, which swivels. A bunch of cherries on a plate, and, a couple wine glasses, which you actually get that, and it just goes in that backpack. And then up here, there's, like, a little lookout, so if you want to stick a figure in here, you can, like, look through the looking glass and stuff. Or not the looking glass, the telescope. What am I saying? And this is a little difficult, this, zip line. I mean, the play feature's okay, but, you know, it kind of gets in the way. And that is it for the Treehouse. Overall, it's pretty good. And I definitely recommend getting it at Walmart, because this looks more like a $40 set than a $50. Here's the box. I really like the artwork, with the trees and stuff. And the background is pretty cool. On the back, you can see there's some Lego artwork, which I like more. And then you can see all the play features and stuff. You know, whatever's going on down there. Spoilers. On the top, you have the, size, of the figures and stuff. And you can see this little vignette. And yeah, that's it for the box. Here are the instructions. You can, of course, scan it if you want to read it on your iPad or whatever. And then at the back, there are no Frozen ads, which is kind of surprising. You can see back here, there is like an ad. Sorry, the pages get stuck. There is like an ad for Lego Life, with the mini doll style. And here's the back, which I don't see too often because I mostly buy minifigure sets. And yeah, that's about it. Now on to the final verdict. Oh, and I always forget to mention that this set does come with a brick separator. So yeah, what do I think? I think it's really good. Probably not the best set of the Frozen Wave, but you do get a lot. Of course, Elsa doesn't come in the set, but there's a pretty cheap poly bag that you could get her with, which, you know, I'm probably going to do that. And you do get Anna and Olaf, and of course Matthias. And I think there's pretty much the best build and most accurate, if I think so, of the Frozen Wave. So, I mean, you get most of the movie in here. Like, the scenery seems to be where most of the movie takes place. And, you know, if you don't like the scenery, there are other sets to get. But this one just has a lot to offer with, like, the runes and stuff. Zipline, you know, is a fun play feature if it works properly. But, yeah, there isn't exactly that many play features, like, there's no, like, I don't know, fishing water door or anything. There's not, like, a ladder, or, I mean, not a ladder, like a lift or anything with a string or something, but, I don't know. To me, it seems like a good deal, but, I would still give it a B+. I think the $50 is too much, but if you get it for $40, then it's a great deal. But yeah, Niko 2064, signing off.